Motherhood, the scariest hood you will go through. Whether babies are bullies and the significant others are a bonus child, the struggle is definitely real in these streets, girl. Hey, mamas! Welcome to the first episode of the Let Mama Live podcast. Please make sure you press pause and go tune into the Let Mama Live intro so that you can know all the segments that we have coming up on the first episode of the Let Mama Live podcast. Again, press pause, go listen to the intro so you can know all the segments we have coming up, and then come back to enjoy the first episode of the Let Mama Live podcast. Welcome to the first episode of the Let Mama Live podcast. I am Jen Pittman, mama of two, mama of boys, mama of a toddler, and an autism mama. And I am here with you through this podcast to celebrate the joy in the struggle of being a mom. This motherhood struggle is real, y'all, and I don't know sometimes how we get through it. I question it sometimes, like, how did I just get through that? But I want you to know that you can get through it with me. We can get through it together. Just hold each other, support each other, lift each other up, and let's push through. And I hope that this podcast will be one tool that you can use to help you push through. So if you're at home doing your housework, if you're at work finishing up some things, if you're in the car, if you're doing dishes, whatever you're doing, tune in to Let Mama Live. Let us pick you up a little bit, encourage you a little bit, and hey, have a conversation with us. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Let Mama Live. You can leave any comments, any feedback. Feel free to DM me and just give me some feedback on what you thought of what the topics we're touching on. Let me know what you think about the podcast, and we're going to keep pushing. So the first segment that we have coming up is our mama moments. If you are a follower of Let Mama Live on Instagram or on YouTube, on Instagram, we're at Let Mama Live. On YouTube, it's Let Mama Live. And subscribe, follow. If you're a follower of us, you know that we have two series that we post. We have our mama moments and we have Confessions of a Mama. Well, guess what? Both of these are segments for our podcast. And right now, we're going to go into our mama moments. I keep saying tonight, y'all. It's like middle of the day, right? Well, it's actually evening. But today's mama moment is all about believing in your potential. I had a light bulb moment not too long ago, and it was all about believing in your potential and believing in yourself. When you believe in your potential, it makes you more confident in yourself. It makes you believe in yourself. It makes you more powerful. It gives you the sense of power, and it also makes you resilient. So when you're up on your high horse and you're feeling good, and let's say something comes and knock you down, believing in your potential helps you pick yourself up a little quicker than usual. It makes you resilient. And again, it makes you confident. It makes you more confident. And I really believe that with self-confidence comes self-love, and with self-love comes self-care. Let me explain that. With self-confidence, you're feeling yourself, you're loving yourself, and when you feel yourself and you love yourself, you have the more you're more motivated and encouraged and empowered to take care of yourself and do that self-care practice that a lot of people are preaching nowadays, which I'm glad to see that as a trend, self-care. So I want to encourage you to find a way to believe in yourself, find a way to believe in your potential, and encourage other people. Let other people know, let other mamas know that you believe in them. I see what you're doing, girl. I believe in you. Keep going, girl. You got this. If you need anything, let me know. Send an encouraging word to your fellow mama to let her know that you see her. So believe in yourself, believe in your potential, pick yourself up, have self-confidence, self-love, and self-care. Now it's time to escape our reality. Escaping reality is our segment where we jump out of our reality. I don't know about y'all, but my reality is a little bit boring, a little lame. So we step outside of our reality and we jump into the reality, or that should be in quotes, but the reality of some in pop culture, some celebrity mamas, and we see what they got going on and how we can relate. And so I kind of find some topics that we can touch on when it comes to celebrity moms, and celebrity news. And I found an interesting post on Instagram by one named Tia Mowry. If you know that show back in the day, growing up, Sister Sister, Tia is one of the twins from that show. Her sister Tamara is a co-host on The Real, and Tia is doing her thing on TV and on the internet. I think she had a few things going on maybe YouTube and different things, but she's doing her thing as well. So in May, Tia posted this about her postpartum body. Now, Tia just had a baby. Give you some background. Tia has 2 children, and she just had her second child, and it's a beautiful, beautiful baby girl. I would love to give you her name, but I can't. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find her name. But she has a beautiful baby girl, and she looks like, oh, a Hershey Kiss. She's so beautiful. She's like a baby doll. When I saw her, I was like, oh my gosh, she was like a little baby doll. And I think her name is Cairo. I think her first name is Cairo. So we'll just call her baby Cairo. She had baby Cairo not too long ago. And then in May, she posted this about her post-baby body. And her caption reads, "This is my hashtag postpartum. 2 weeks in, do I still have a belly? Yes, I actually look like I'm 4 months pregnant, and that's okay. I wanted to shine a light on how our society creates false expectations after a woman gives birth. Ladies, it's okay that our bodies are not perfect after our babies are born. Give yourself time. Go at your own pace. Don't allow people to put a time limit on your body. You've just accomplished a miracle. Hashtag love yourself. Love your new body. Embrace it. If you want to make changes, then that's your desire and no one else's. P.S. Hashtag moms freaking rock." She is so right about one thing. Y'all freaking rock. We rock as mamas. Got to keep it up. One thing I want to touch on. Let me know again in the comments on our Instagram at Let Mama Live how you feel about that post that Tia just posted. One thing I want to quote that she said in here was, "Don't allow people to put a time limit on your," and she put "your" in caps, so she meant that, "on your body." Man, I just want to, she is telling the truth, y'all. Do not allow people, let me see what she said again. Do not allow people to put a time limit on your body. Now, let me tell you, and y'all might think I'm crazy. Some of y'all might. I had my baby. My baby's 2 years old. I still carry what I consider baby weight. Okay. Now, some people might look at me like I'm crazy and say, "Jen, you know, your baby's 2 years old. That's no longer baby weight." But in my mind, it is still baby weight. If I put on that weight while I was carrying that baby and I pushed it out and it's still there, it's baby weight. Don't judge me. I'm just keeping it real from my point of view. So don't let nobody put a time limit on your body. Whenever you feel comfortable with shedding that weight, make it happen. And I know the struggle is real when it comes to getting off that postpartum weight. But if you are in the process of doing that, I want you to keep it real with yourself. Don't compare yourself to some of these moms that are on Instagram, because some of that stuff is not real. Okay, that's why I said we're going to put quotations around real when we talk about escaping our reality and going into their reality, because it's not always real. We have different apps that they can Photoshop their bodies, and it make us feel like we're not snapping back fast enough, and some of them are going to surgeons and stuff like that. That stuff is not real. So take your time. Be healthy about your choices when it comes to losing this weight. And remember, this is your body. Don't let nobody put time limits on your body. We have to stop body shaming, not just people, but body shaming new moms. The action of bringing a human into this world is insane in a sense. Our bodies are so amazing, y'all. Like, we are pushing this human being, and some are pushing 2. Tia is a twin. Her mama pushed out 2 babies. minutes, after one another, whether she had a C-section or whether she had a vaginal delivery, it doesn't matter. Two babies, she carried them for all this time and she pushed them out. We are doing some amazing things, and we have to stop shaming people after they have these babies. Stop shaming their bodies after they're having a baby. And instead of shaming, if you feel like you want to shame somebody, I want you to stop yourself and think about something encouraging you can say to that person. I want you to stop looking at her body and think about her mind. Because I tell you one thing, and mamas, having a baby is some mental magic. I mean, we are going through things physically, but mentally, our minds are going through some stuff. And sometimes mothers cannot snap back mentally from having a baby, especially when you're a new mom, like a first time mom. I'm sorry, not just a new mom, but when you are a first time mom and you go from not having any children in the home, being by yourself, having to worry about yourself, dealing with yourself, to popping out a baby, and now you have to figure out yourself and this child. And if you don't figure out that child, then what is going to happen? Because he or she can't do for themselves. Like, this is the types of thoughts that we go through. I've never done this before. What if I do it wrong? And some people go through postpartum depression and they have the baby blues, and it's so many things that we go through mentally after having a baby. So if you even think you're going to start shaming someone who just had a baby, body shaming them, I want you to stop. I want you to think of something encouraging, and I want you to say that to them instead, or say that about them instead. I want you to give them some mental support. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them if it's anything that you can do for them instead of talking bad about them. Now, speaking of body shaming, there's this thing that I thought of that I don't know, maybe somebody else have thought of it too. But when it comes to becoming a new mom, there's this thing happening called career shaming, what I refer to as career shaming. What do I mean by that? Okay, and where did that come from, Jen? Okay, so not too long ago, a few months ago, Cardi B, who is hot on the scene. I love her music. I love her personality. I love what she's doing. She announced that she was pregnant. She was expecting. Now, everybody had their speculations, and not everybody, but some people had their opinions on her relationship and all this stuff. You know how it is in this world. It's like we're all in people's business all of a sudden. We're the expert. But everybody has something to say. But one thing that I noticed that rubbed me the wrong way was how people were saying that her career was over because she was about to have a baby. And I'm like, okay. And I guess it's because she's new to this. So she's new in this field of artistry. I don't know what you want to call it. She's new as an artist. She's a new artist. And she's just now getting popping. She had like Bruno Mars and all these features and blah, blah, blah. And now she's having a baby and she's adding a baby to the mix. And they're like, it's too soon. It's too soon in your career to have a baby. That is what I refer to as career shaming. For you to tell a woman who is trying to start a family that if she has a baby, her career is over. That mental stuff that I was talking about with Tia, with having a new baby, like that crushes a person's mental. And I have personal experience with that because I did that to myself. When I found out I was pregnant with my first child, I thought that all that I had worked towards when it came to my career was over. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do. I'm so career driven that kind of bothered me mentally. And it turned into postpartum depression. And so for people to add to that, that's something that kind of not like about the world of social media is like, we're thumb thugging and we're adding our opinions. We're experts all of a sudden and adding our opinions to people's lives. And we don't know, like we know nothing, okay? And unfortunately, some people they don't believe in their potential enough. Going back to the mama moment. Sometimes people don't believe in their potential enough that they believe the bull crap that people say about them, about their career, about their bodies. They believe this stuff. and they're not as resilient as they should be. And so we have to stop career shaming, body shaming, any kind of shaming. Moms, new moms, old moms, anybody who's a mama, stop shaming them. Give it up, y'all. This girl can have a career if she wants to after having a baby. She's been doing fine, staying relevant. She's been putting out work. She's been putting out visuals. And if she keeps doing that, her career is going to stay steady as long as you support her. So how about instead of shaming her, how about you vow to continue to support her even though she has a baby? And when she comes back and drops some new music, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, her music is whack now since she had the baby. Like stuff like that. I don't want to hear it. I know I'm going to see it. It's going to be one troll on Instagram that's going to say her music was better before the baby than after the baby. Like, okay, I just went on a rant, but y'all get what I'm saying. We have to stop shaming moms. We have to stop shaming mamas. And mamas, we have to stand up for ourselves. And if you catch somebody shaming you, say, honey, you're not going to do this to me. I need you to stop, and I need you to think about something encouraging to say to me. And if you can't say good things to me, then don't say anything at all. Whew, I just went on a little rant. I had to laugh at myself on that one. Well, if you following along, then you know that we have another segment. Our last segment of our podcast is called Let Mama Live and Daddy Chill. And that is our opportunity to bring people in to get their feedback, man or woman, husband or sister or whatever. They're going to come in and give us their feedback on what we've been talking about. But I decided not to do that segment this first episode. Why, Jennifer? Why? I decided not to do that because I wanted to be candid with you and have a conversation with you, just me and you for my first episode, you know? And so I didn't want anybody else. Don't call me selfish. I just wanted to be me and you. I just wanted to have you all to myself. So the next episode and the next episodes coming after, we're going to have Let Mama Live and Daddy Chill. And, you know, we mix things up a little bit. So sometimes we have some segments and sometimes not. But as long as you're tuning in, that's what matters. So I want to thank you for joining us for the first episode of the Let Mama Live podcast. Before we end, I want to make sure you know to follow us at Let Mama Live on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube at Let Mama Live. Hit us up in the comments on Instagram. Let us know what you think. Hit us up in the DM. Let us know what you think. Good words only. I ain't got no time for no negative stuff. And keep listening because there is more to come. In the meantime, I want you to do 3 things. Continue to be bold, be confident, and be courageous. That's my little sign off. Those are the 3 affirmations that I want you to use for yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I am bold, I am confident, I am courageous. That's why I say that. Those are affirmations you can use for yourself. So in the meantime, continue to be bold, be confident, and be courageous. And keep grinding because we know this struggle is real. The Let Mama Live podcast is sponsored by Blackout Photography. Check out his work at Snap Game on Instagram or online at www.blackoutphotography.com. He's doing some amazing things and we appreciate his love and support.